Greg, my neighbor in Camden, North Carolina. See more better with freeprescriptionlenses.com, but call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you seeing Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and I'm going to show everyone else how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses when I cut the Transitions XTRAactive gray lenses with a blue flash mirror for your Oakley surface plate. It is model number 5132, color 01, the satin black and the 54 eye size. Let me take everything out of the original packaging as it comes to me. Also, let me start off by saying I am an authorized Oakley dealer, but as a small independent optician, I was told that I'm not legally allowed to put the individual pictures of the frames with the sizes, colors, and prices on my website. So Greg called me one weekend, or he emailed me, and I called him right back. I can't remember how it happened, but he says, can you get me this frame, the surface plate, in the 54 eye size? And I said, yes, I can. He told me what lenses he wanted. I checked on the price and the availability. He said, cool, let's do it. Again, this is the Oakley 5132, color 01, which is the satin black. Matte black, excuse me, and of course this is the surface plate. So again, if anyone needs to find out how to get an Oakley from me, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. But I'm going to pop out the original demo lenses, of which you will be receiving. I need to program the shape into the computer. You are going to be Secret Agent 1734. Let me get my paper clip ready, clip this on there, and barcode this into the computer. So years from now, should you ever need new lenses for this frame, I can mail them right to your home, and you're going to see how that you can install them yourself at home. But let me go ahead and put the frame into the tracing element of my blocker and hit start. A little stylus is going to pop up and go around and trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed in quality. You buy genuine, authentic Oakley frame and you'll receive one free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase, whether they are prescription or not. Now in just a moment, the shape will pop up onto the computer. Come on, pop for me, pop! I can take that out now, that's no longer needed. So that is the shape that I'll be cutting. I'll move on to the next screen. I'm going to enter your pupillary distance, which is 28.5 for the right eye. The computer starts at 32.5, so I'm going to tap the minus button. We're going to go down in 0.5 millimeter increments till we get to 28.5. I want to raise the optical center height up to 21. I want to change the layout screen from single vision to progressive. This is the Essilor Ideal Advanced digital freeform progressive lenses in polycarbonate. I've got your right lens already marked. So this is a block, or as I like to call him, Jenny from the block. I don't know why, but I just call it that. My wife's a big J-Lo fan, and somehow I've just learned that from hanging around with her. So I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got here. The black side is the sticky side. We're going to line this up on the first one. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now on the back is a silver button that is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet there into the arm. The blue cross is the geometric center of your frame. Your eye is just above that in inset. So those 3 dots tells me exactly where it's supposed to be laid out. Optical term for laying out the lens. We're going to hit that button. The arm's going to come down, place the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right. Just like me, I ain't right. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Line up the magnet. Grab the left lens. Same pupillary distance, same optical center height. Nothing has to be changed there. I'm going to hit this button and the arm's going to come down and place the block onto the left lens. Now this is the edger. This is what's going to do all the work while I run my mouth. It costs $40,000. It weighs 200 pounds. I recommend everyone go out, buy their own, put it on your kitchen counter. Then you can cut your own lenses at home. And you won't need this guy with the bad jokes and the 2 thumbs to do it for you. The cutting wheel is this heavily crusted wheel that's going to act like a diamond, where it's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to make your lens go down from this size to this size. Of course, the right lens. This is the left lens. But this wheel in the center, that's what's going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens, so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. So I'm going to hit the wake up the button. This is job 1734. 1734. These are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic, or Trivex, I would select that. I'm going to, before I hit start, let me press that on there firmly. Place now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet into the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I don't know this machine well enough to call it Chuck. Hit the start button, the door closes, the clamp is going to shut, the lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame. First go around, you can see it's tracing the shape of the right lens. And the old carpenter saying measure twice, cut once is measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing, of which it should be very minimal in this frame. Because this is a skinny metal frame, you rarely see that in a plastic frame, but metal frames are thinner. Stronger material, so that's why they can make them thinner. Now the light you see flickering in the background is optical sawdust. That's there to catch the sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, where plastic, high index plastic, and Trivex lenses have water spraying on them the whole time. Now this will have water spray on it, but only for the last 20 seconds. But as I mentioned, your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable. These are high impact ballistics grade lenses. It's the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and flying debris, and the Oakleys that our soldiers wear. It also is the same lens material that OSHA requires for factory workers to wear, or anyone with a hazardous job to protect their eyes. Speaking of protection, it has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens, as well as a premium scratch coating. Now I'll demonstrate the transitions portion later, but you also have the blue flash mirror. I'm wearing the Crizal Sapphire, same brand of invisible bifocal, but I have the Crizal Sapphire on my lens, so it looks like Crizal Sapphire on steroids. Now mine is an anti-glare treatment. This is a mirror coating, flash mirror coating. It also comes with its own back surface anti-glare coating, so you're not sacrificing any quality. You're getting the best of all possible worlds with this lens. It has the Transitions XTRAactive with the blue flash mirror with its own proprietary anti-glare on the back surface, meaning that I cannot add any Crizal treatments to the lens. Now Transitions, and now Transitions XTRAactive. Well, let's back up. Transitions were the original blue blocking lens. You hear about that a lot nowadays to protect your eyes from harmful blue light emitted from today's electronic devices like computer screens, cell phones, tablets, all of that. So Transition Signature 7, which these are not, which these are, block 30 to 45% of harmful blue light. The Transitions XTRAactive block 50 to 70% of harmful blue light. So there is no one single product better than Transitions XTRAactive for blocking the blue light. Now, the nice thing about the mirror coating, not only does it look really cool when you go outside, but it reflects the sun's rays back, so it feels darker on your eyes, in your brain. Your eyes are the camera, but your brain does the seeing, and your brain loves that mirror coating on there. Now this mirror coating also comes with proprietary UV treatment, because most lenses reflect the sun's UV rays back. This will actually let it through, causing the lens to turn dark. That's why Essilor is the only company now with a Transitions XTRAactive lens. It's because their scientists figured out a way that the UV light can pass through the mirror, but still activate the transitions portion of the lens and then be absorbed by the lens, so no UV gets through. So I was using my thumbnail to get any optical sawdust off. So you saw I used a paper towel. Now years from now, Greg, if you ever need new lenses, get a baking dish, glass baking dish, metal baking dish, get a paper towel, better yet an old t-shirt, lay it in the baking dish. The reason why I'm doing that is I'm going to use a Phillips head screwdriver, do a little bit of lefty-loosey. Now you don't have to take it out all the way as I'm about to show you, but the reason why I do that, should this screw, if you turn it upside down, the screw fall out and hit something, it's going to hit a soft surface and not bounce off of here into the floor. So I'm going to turn it around, keeping the screw from falling out, holding it up that way. We're going to tuck the lens in at the outside corner. Now again, these are unbreakable lenses that I'll be sending you. Hopefully it'll fit, because that just came off. And so I tuck it into the frame using my thumb on the screw so that it can come out, rotate it, do a little bit of righty-tighty. And you saw that slip. Most opticians have a callus where the screwdriver slips and they stab themselves. You can now take that same soft material that you had, place it against a hard surface to protect your frame. I have a rubber coated bench block that I use to protect the finish, but you can also use this. You can use your Oakley cleaning cloth bag, and that will protect. And as you use force, you don't want to hold that in your hand and then stab yourself in the finger unless you like pain, unless you like seeing yourself bleed from right there. Then by all means go ahead and do that. Phillips head, less likely. The flat blade, you're gonna stab yourself. So that's in there. I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the left lens. Flip that over to L, press that on there firmly, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby, or tonight I'm calling it the Greg. Hit the button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by two white stylus again, but this time it's going to trace the shape of the left side of the frame, and you can see as it's going around doing that. And just like before, it's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly precisely where to place the bevel, so you have the least amount of edge thickness, of which you've got none. Now I have these custom made in polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. Now before I can inspect the lens and the lensometer, the dots that I placed on there have come off, so I need to put those back on there. Use my Verilux layout chart. When those two dots are laid out just perfectly, I can put a dot on the lens. Now if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. So I'm going to come down here to my lensometer, spin the fine tune knob to 27. Put the lens in, read the power, and I am getting, where's my flashlight? I'm getting plus 50, exactly halfway between 0 and 1. That's because you are farsighted. You need 2 steps of magnification. That's why there's a plus sign to see far away. With your glasses off, everything in the distance is much too small, so this will magnify it 2 steps. Now you have 1 step of astigmatism correction. I'm going to check for that. That's a second curve on your eye. Uncorrected astigmatism makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. So you have a curve this way, which is plus 50, a second curve this way, 90 degrees away, and it's how you line those 2 curves up, and we're going to line those curves up at the 27th meridian, 27. Let me check power of the second lens. We end up at plus 1/4, 1 tick mark away from 0. Because if you had 50 cents and someone borrowed 1/4 from you, that's how much you would have. You would be 1/4 in the black, not in the red yet. You're almost going to do that for the left eye again, although same power. So your left eye, you need 4 steps of magnification to see far away, and 3 steps of astigmatism correction at the 87th meridian. Now, your invisible bifocal, you need another 2 1/4 diopters there to be able to see up close. So you need plus 50 in your right eye to see far away, another 2 1/4 up close to see right here with the bent elbow, arms touching your sides. If you were going to thread a needle or tie a fishing lure, that's where your working distance is. That's the full strength of the progressive lens. It's called a progressive because as you look downward, it progressively gets stronger and stronger. Just like you were in a swimming pool in the shallow end, you started walking down that grade. As you started going steeper and steeper and getting deeper and deeper, that's what it's doing here. Now these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. This last number could be anywhere from 0 to 180. Now you have 2 different powers in distance, which is quite common, but if you were to get reading glasses, it's called the add because it means in addition to what's up top. You would need 275 for your right eye, 3 1/4 for your left. So you could probably get by with about a +3. If you're right eye dominant, you could use a 275. If you're left eye dominant, you could use a 3 1/4. So here's a way to test whether you're right eye or left eye dominant. You want to hold your hands outstretched, arms straight, no bent elbows. Stretch your arms out, make a triangle with your hands, and then slowly close that triangle. You want to look at something very far away, like that Ray-Ban emblem. I'm only seeing the A through my hands. And if I cover my right eye, if I'm left eye dominant, I will see just the A out of my left eye. If I close my left eye, the A disappears and I actually see the B now. So I am left eye dominant. What you can't see is I'm closing my right eye now. I can see the A, open my right eye, close the left, and I see the B. So whenever the image you're looking at, don't have a big one. Make it small where you can only see one thing, like a street sign or a car tire from very far away. When you close one eye, with both eyes open, you want to be able to see one image no matter what it is. When you close that eye, when it disappears, if you close your right eye and it disappears, you're left eye dominant. If you close your left eye and it disappears, you're right eye dominant. So, no, excuse me, the opposite. When you close, if you're left eye dominant and you close your right eye, you should be able to see it, and that means you're right eye dominant. If you close your right eye and you can still see it out of your left eye, you're left eye dominant. Now you got me confused. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just keep working. So, one thing I am going to do when the dot is that close to the lens, I want to go ahead, of course I've got a paper towel down here with some cleaner. It's actually a tissue. I'm going to go ahead and remove that dot when it's so close to that edge there. Use my thumbnail to get any optical sawdust off. Now I was just down, I say I was in his neck of the woods. I had to drive down I-40. Much different barbecue sauce down that way, vinegar based. If you go up I-40 to the mountains, you're going to get tomato based. But I was just down at the beach this weekend for Father's Day weekend at Topsail Island, one of my favorite places to be. I am a little bit more tan than my last video. So, again, you saw I did not take the screw out. I loosened it just enough to pop the unbreakable lens in. And then now I'm going to righty-tighty. Again, I'm setting a bad example. You never want to tighten it while it's in your hand. So I'm going to use my bench block. You can use a paper towel, the t-shirt that you had in the tray, against a flat, sharp, edge where you can, a rounded edge, this will slide off. You want a sharp right angle like that. And then tighten everything down. So, we're going to take this, make sure that it's closed. It is. Take this block off, dry that off, throw that back in the bin, add this to my sticker collection. That dot has come off, so let me come down here. Use this tool which magnifies and shows me where the dot shall appear on the lens. Line everything up. Did I do that well enough? Let me make sure that dot which is wearing off, I can see it. There we go. A lot of moisture on there, a lot of dots. Need to darken my dots so I can see what I'm doing. Place an extra one there. Again, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. So we're going to come down here to the lensometer, spin the fine tune knob to 87. Put it in above that black dot, read the power, and if all goes well, I'm going to get +1. Look at that, +1 in the black, exactly halfway between 0 and 2. That's where you'll find 1. You have 3 steps of astigmatism correction. So we're going from +1 to a -75, which leaves us +1/4. Same combined total values in each eye. Now your pupillary distance, 28.5 for your right, 28.5 for the left, for a total of 59. Turn the card around. When I place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens, and we read it off the left, we're getting 59 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Optical center height of 21. That's where the invisible bifocal begins. Place the stick against my thumb. When you look at where the lens meets the metal frame, we're getting 21 millimeters. 21 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. I couldn't have done a better job if I'd cut these lenses myself. But this is the point in every video that I mention. When you get these in the mail, there's actually, and this purchase is tax-free and includes free shipping anywhere in the U.S. and my home state is in the U.S. So when you get these in the mail, there's a small chance that these could fit too loose or too tight. However, there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people, hang on, let me try and clean that dot off the back of the lens there. 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other, and because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first. Also known as the 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them down, press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, I'm part of that 80%. When I take mine off and press down, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. Now I'm wearing the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer in color 6053, which is the blue crystal, to match my blue and, well, it's not crystal but white. That way I'm always matching. Let me put mine back on so I can see what I'm doing. Flip that over, press down, there is no wobble. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each spring hinge. That's perfect. If one was looser, one was tighter, I would grab my flat blade screwdriver and accommodate for that. Now I send out a selfie request in every package. Greg, I would love to have just 2 selfies, one with them clear, one with them dark, showing the blue mirror when you go outside. But I also send out cleaning instructions not only on the frame and lenses, but on the premium microfiber cleaning cloth that I provide, your Oakley cleaning cloth, which doubles as a carrying bag, with a little cinch there in case you don't want to carry around the hard case. But so they'll last you for years, as well as how to care for your case so it too will last you for years. But this is what your lenses look like before they have been activated, meaning that I'm exposed them to a strong burst of ultraviolet light in my Transitions Adaptive Lenses box. Here's the other thing. These are the demo lenses. That actually absorbs, if you look at the color through the lens versus right there, it has about 1 to 2% hue. I'm wearing the Transitions Signature 7. They have about 3 to 5%. The Transitions XTRAactive have 5 to 7%, but you're not, unless you're as clear as this card is, unless it's your light color. If you have any pigment, no one's gonna, I was about to put yours on, no one's gonna be able to tell that you're wearing Transition lenses. Transitions XTRAactive used to be very dark. They've made a great attempt to show how clear they are now. Of course, you got the blue flash mirror, but let's just show how this works. You ready to see that blue mirror? I am. So I'm going to go ahead and expose these. Now, as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for transition lenses to get dark. It's starting to. Now, everyone pay attention, Greg included. All transition lenses will get dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks they're exposed to the sun. After that, they'll work for years at maximum performance. The only time the transitions don't work, my Transition Signature 7, if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day. That's why the UV light is what makes transition lenses darken. That's why you have to be outside. Now, these Transitions XTRAactive will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. The other thing with transitions, they're temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 and below than they will when it's 95 and above. But I remind everyone, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, they're miserable. Nobody and nothing works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. So we all work better when it cools off a little bit. Now, having said that, these Transitions XTRAactive are designed for people who spend a lot of time outside. And that's why they're called XTRAactive, for people who have XTRAactive lifestyles. So, when I hold them up like this, it's hard to see it, but when against a background like when you're wearing them, you're going to see that blue mirror a little bit better. Now, when you look through them, you're going to see gray. This comes in Transitions gray or brown. Excuse me, XTRAactive gray or XTRAactive brown. And you get one of 6 color mirror styles: silver, gold, green, blue, red, or pink. I've done them all except for pink. I'm still waiting to see that one. This is the blue, and it looks really, really cool. Again, not only does it look cool, that mirror reflects the sun's rays back, making it feel darker. So, again, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds to darken when you go outside. It takes a little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute 15 to return back to virtually clear. Now, if you've liked what you've seen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram as freeprescriptionlenses.com. If you want to email me like he did to see if I could get him this frame, you can click the Contact Me button on the website. Or if you like to type long names, you can type freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com. You can also click the Contact Me button. you can leave a comment in the comment section below, and I will respond back to that. So again, I am an authorized Oakley dealer. If there's a frame you want, just email me or call me at 919-491-2411, and I will respond back with the price and the availability. At worst, it takes about 2 weeks to get a frame. Now, these Transitions XTRAactive with the mirror coatings do take 2 weeks. But for him, I went ahead and ordered the lenses before I had the frame because I knew what to get. Now, this frame sells for $250. Again, this is the Oakley 5132 surface plate in the 54 eye size. I believe it comes in either a 52 or a 56. I cannot remember. And it comes in about 5 or 6 colors. This is the 01 satin black, but this frame, no matter what size, what color, sells for $250. The Essilor Ideal Advanced Digital Freeform Progressive Lens adds $149.99. I can also get you the same lens but in the Verilux X material for $299.99. The XTRAactive, doesn't matter what invisible bifocal you buy from me. The Transitions XTRAactive gray or brown adds $99.99, and either 6 colors of the flash mirror adds $69.99 for a total of $569.97. Now again, I gave it a very strong burst of ultraviolet light about 3 or 4 times to really get these babies going. That's why you can still see a little bit of that indoors, or else it would be lighter by now. But again, thanks for watching. Greg in Camden, North Carolina, thank you so much for reaching out to me, asking if I can get you the Oakley 5132 surface plate. And of course, this again is the 54 eye size in color 01 matte black. And now everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.